Glossop Cartons was started some 40 years ago, a family-run business, and through acquisition they grew the business and acquired Contact Print and Packaging, which is where we are now, and we engaged in a management buyout to move Glossop Cartons, which we rebranded to GCP, to the next stage, keeping those family values, but also bringing in some corporate structure to the business. And to do that, we engaged with Imprint for the MIS system, because we could see opportunities there to delve into the data and to streamline and bring the business forward.
So we always make sure that we're pulling in the right staff with the right level of knowledge into a system, and then talking through that project before a programmer's even touched the keyboard, to really drill in and get to what that customer wants to achieve as an end result. But having a clear understanding of where a customer wants to get to, and therefore then when we can spec a project, we're not overshooting or over-promising. That ethos is extremely important to us as a company. So don't promise what you can't deliver.
Productivity has increased, and this is down to, again, analysing the data, setting machine targets, benchmarking, and all this data coming in, we're able to look at SMED techniques for reducing make-ready times, analysing those over the same profiles. With regards to our sales, put into context, our sales have increased, have doubled in the last 4 years. So we've gone from 8 million, we'll close out this year 16.5 million. So with that, we need to have a robust MIS system in place. Everyone needs to know what the targets are for the business and how we achieve those. So yes, productivity has certainly improved, had to. We've increased our shifts within the business, and with training, again, for the new MIS system. We had to go slowly and roll this out. The workforce hadn't embraced or hadn't incorporated previously this technology, so we did it slowly, step by step, and I have to say the workforce have been fantastic and have embraced this the challenge, and they're pushing. So it's a fantastic testament to the whole team. If there is an issue or a training requirement, again, also if we're going into a new module, Imprint are there. It's a phone call, the ticket is raised. It's a very, very swift response and a professional response back. When we first went over to Imprint, there were a lot of phone calls, there were a lot of tickets. However, they were all managed very, very swiftly. Again, a testament to Imprint. Like I say, we're moving over to the warehouse scanning. Their support in getting this to the situation now. We should be going live very, very shortly. It's been second to none. Fantastic.
One of the best bits of feedback we get from customers is the fact that when you're dealing with the team, that's an ongoing process. So in terms of things such as project management, certain people don't suddenly disappear once the check's been signed. Generally, as a rule, the team that will be assigned to your account will generally carry you through. Most members of the Imprint core staff are all long-term standing members of staff, and again, I think that probably speaks a fair amount to Imprint as a company to work for as well as a company to deal with. There's also that element of being able to just fire an email off or pick up the phone and go, I want to start looking at efficiencies, or I want to start looking at things like being able to manage our stock. So we found a lot of customers come to us with projects and ideas that they want to do. So then we'll talk through those, and then we'll look at it from a point of view of quick wins. So often someone comes to us with a project, we'll go, well, what can you do with the system as you have it already at the moment? But maybe we need to look at changes in your the way that you're using reports, or maybe there's a particular program that we've already got, or at the other end of the spectrum, then a complete bespoke solution. And that's where we really do come into our own, because we're prepared to have those conversations, spec those projects, and then get you that extra level of support and functionality that you need. And for example, Glossop wanted to have ground level clarity across all the machines to see downtime, how long someone had been down for, or anything like that, but a nice clear representation. So we actually came up with a shop floor status screen, which we worked with Glossops to develop. So those, in addition to having the web page open that a member of staff can interface with and make any changes or things inside of that, you'd also have like a summary status screen that could either display in the bottom right hand corner or be open on this whole other tab, so you can have it on a big screen displaying. So if somebody's stopped, it will say how long for and how long they've been down for, or if it's running, it will display the current speed and the target speed. So it's a clear visual indicator for everyone on the shop floor that someone can spot a problem and get ahead of it before it becomes a disaster. And it's moving those ideas from the concept through to completion. And I think that's where, if you've got a really good narrative between the supplier and the customer in any environment, you're always going to be able to cut through and get that project implemented and get it done, as cost effectively as possible, as efficiently as possible, and that's how we find that these projects always go through cleanly.
What we looked at is to have information straight away, immediate information, so we could see how the machines were performing. We could see whether there were any inconsistencies. Why would it run better one day than the other day? What were the changes in that? Was that training? Was that machine reliability? So we implemented the shop floor data capture. We put basic input-output monitors, the Sentinels, onto the machine, and that gave us straight away the information that we needed to make decisions rapidly. We could forward plan, we could link our sales order intake, our invoicing, everything was there.